Tyrann Mathieu saying the young man deserves it all. One of the best I've been around, one of the greats. Number 15, hashtag run it back. Jamal Adams tweeting, what's understood doesn't need to be explained. Hashtag Ferrari. Kendall Fuller, a former teammate, tweeting, Pat getting a baseball contract is so fitting. For those of you who don't know, his dad was a baseball player. Our general manager is Mike Tannenbaum, who is waking up with us this morning. And if you were waking up today, Mike T, as the general manager of the Chiefs, how are you feeling?
I feel fantastic. I have the best player in the sport under contract for the next 12 years. And really, Greeny, this was the perfect storm. He's the best player in the sport. It's remarkable. He's 28-8 as a starter. He's going to be 25 in September. His character is impeccable. And when you think about it from a football standpoint, Greeny, his skill set really is about the future of our sport. He has a great arm. He has great mobility. He can make throws inside the pocket and outside the pocket. So this was a perfect storm to get this contract.
Did he leave a lot of money on the table by signing a deal this long?
You know, you could certainly make that argument, and Adam certainly alluded to that. You know, the macroeconomics of the NFL are really poised to continue to explode when we talk about gambling revenue down the road. And typically these extensions, as Adam alluded to, are about 5 years. And certainly he would have gotten another bite of the apple still in his prime. So he certainly left money on the table in terms of what the next extension may look like. But when you're talking about the type of guarantees he's got, you could understand why he would sign the contract.
I know that you got the contract yesterday and you were looking it over. Did anything in particular stand out about it we haven't touched on yet?
Oh, yeah, Greeny, there's a few things. I mean, the magnitude of this deal, when you talk about $451 million, Khalil Mack, Matt Ryan, Russell Wilson combined don't make $451 million. So that number is staggering. The other thing, though, from a Kansas City Chief fan that I'm really excited about, when you think about where he's going to be in terms of salary cap ranking for quarterbacks, this year he's going to be 30th, and next year he's going to be 12th. So I feel really good about keeping Chris Jones, but keep an eye on guys like Sammy Watkins maybe moving on next year and Travis Kelce the year after, when these bigger cap numbers kick in. And something else that I picked up on that's subtle but is important, he earns about $500,000 a year in an offseason bonus. And here's why that's critical. When your best player is in Kansas City in the offseason, everybody else has to be there. So I thought that was a really smart move, and it shows that Patrick Mahomes is a selfless leader. So there's a lot of things in this contract that work out well for both sides, but that little nuance is important from a team building standpoint.
Totally agree. Mike T, stay close because I'm coming back to you a lot this morning, but let me get some players in here. I got Tim Hasselbeck and Desmond Howard ready to go here this morning. And Tim, I will start with you. What was when you first saw this yesterday, the deal, the huge money for Mahomes, what was your initial reaction?
It sounds like it was a little bit like yours, Greeny. I think I was stunned at the length of the deal. Quarterbacks and really players in general are looking for shorter deals and as much guaranteed money as they can, and they want the shorter deal to get another crack at the apple. I mean, I was just like, that to me, I think is what was so surprising. Deals typically do not age well. And so when you're talking about it, and you alluded to this about, you know, what Peyton Manning was making back in 2010, look, he was averaging on a deal that started in 2004 that ended in 2010. He was averaging about $14 million per year. The deal he signed after that was averaging $18 million a year. So 5 years ago, Peyton, who was, you know, regarded as, you know, one of the best, if not the best in the game at the time, you know, was making about half of what the top quarterbacks are making right now. So even if it doesn't triple, as you said, Greeny, what if it does? That means quarterbacks, you know, in 2030, will be making $80 million a year. And Mike referenced it, and Adam referenced it in terms of, you know, TV rights deals or media rights deals, the gambling, you know, impact on the salary cap. And so my initial reaction is like, wow, this is a really team-friendly situation to have him locked up this long.
Desmond, what do you think?
I tell you what, guys, I think that that Tim and Mike T hit it on the head. My initial reaction, though, was that's a big number. So I ended up calling Lee Steinberg, who was Patrick Mahomes' agent. Lee was my agent when I played in the NFL. And Lee talked about the contract. Now, I know guys are blown away by the 10-year deal, but you understand that these things normally, they don't go 10 years as scripted. There's always some flexibility in these contracts for maneuvering, negotiations down the road. So I think that year 6, 7, 8, 9, I think that you may see some change in the contract depending on what the market yields for that position and based on his performance. If he goes on, Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, if they go on to win 2 more Super Bowls by year 6 or 7, there's no doubt in my mind when you look at this franchise, this organization, the relationship that they have with Patrick Mahomes, because he committed 12 years of his professional athletic life to them, that they would not have a problem going back to the table and turning salary into signing bonus or whatever would help him make sure that he's getting the market value at that particular time. So I understand people blown away by the 10 years, but don't get caught up so much in the years. The money is what's, to me, the big topic in this contract.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.